welcome to or welcome back to the Wilding Astro Tarot YouTube channel. My name is Jade Wilding and it's a pleasure to have you on my channel here today for a pick a card general tarot reading about who you're going to marry. In the next part, I'll explain the reading in a little bit more detail, including what you can expect from today's reading and how to get the most out of it. But for now, as always, we're going to start the video setting up our ritual space together while we do a little check-in chat. I wanted to start today's chat with thanking everyone who offered messages of support when I announced my online tarot course over the weekend. I really appreciated hearing all of your kindness and support. I'm obviously so excited about the course, and it means a lot that I receive so many positive messages on every single social platform that I have when I made that announcement. If you missed it, I'll link the video above and below. But yeah, for today's reading, I'm expecting it to be a bit longer and more fleshed out than my last couple of readings. I have a little bit more time now because I'm not working so hard to get the online course all scripted and set up before I announced it. I have a little bit more time for YouTube readings, which I'm really excited about. However, it is a pretty gloomy winter's day here, so I doubt we're going to have a lot of light the whole way through today's reading. So if you choose a later pile, I hope you enjoy the ambiance. And with that said, I think we're just about ready to start today's reading, so let's get into the video. Okay, Wildings, in today's video we're going to ask the tarot for messages about the person you're going to marry. This reading is going to have 4 parts. We'll start with some of the more general energy using the Astrology deck. Then we'll get some extra messages about their potential appearance and personality quirks using this little jar of traits. I have to hold on to this really hard. I've already dropped it once on my setup. Then after that, we will get more detailed messages about things like maybe what they're going to be going through, or what they're going to be experiencing, or maybe like deeper parts of their psyche and consciousness, spiritual journey, things like that, using the tarot. So this is going to be the deepest part of the reading, where we're hopefully going to uncover some secrets that you need to know right now about your future partner. And then finally, we're going to use the oracles to get some messages about what circumstances might bring the two of you together and maybe why you might be brought together, before we finish off the reading with an affirmation using our intention or affirmation deck to take with you. If at any point the messages are starting to resonate, I would love it if you can hit the like button and leave me a comment if you have the capacity to do so. I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoy your reading today and would like to stick around for more intuitive tarot readings like this, where hopefully we can really use my background in education, psychology, sexology, and yoga and mindfulness to read as deeply as possible into the tarot, then I would love if you could subscribe. This tarot video today is sponsored by my online tarot course, Unlocking the Wisdom of the Tarot, which launches at the end of the year. So if today's video inspires you to learn more about the tarot, you can sign up for the course early to enjoy an early bird discount of 50% until the end of September 2020, depending on when you're watching this. That might be currently the promotion that's running, or it might not. Let's see. What else did I have to say? Or if you do want to know more about that course, I'll link the official announcement video above and below. But I'll also add it to the end of every reading today, So yeah, if you get to the end of the reading and change your mind, you want to know more about it, that'll be there for you. So for today's reading, you're going to choose either pile 1, 2, or 3 to get your messages today. Then you'll use the timestamps below to head to your reading. If you're drawn to more than one pile, your reading might be a mix of readings. So start with the pile that you're most drawn to, and you're obviously welcome to come back and select another pile afterwards if you still feel like there's more messages for you here today. If you're not immediately drawn to any pile, I'll leave you a little freeze frame of the piles in a moment so that you can pause the video, close your eyes, take some deep breaths, and then hopefully open up your eyes again and see if they're drawn to one of the piles after you've had that little like reset, stillness, quiet, my hands aren't waving over the piles distracting you. But if you're even then still not called to a pile, this video just might not have a reading for you today, and that's fine. You can either scroll back on my channel to look for another reading like this, or you can subscribe because I will do another video like this so you can try again another time. Today's reading is a general reading, and I'll be offering multiple interpretations for some of the cards if I feel there's more than one dominant energy coming through. It is important, therefore, that you bring along your intuition to your reading so that you can take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Because, yeah, it is a general reading. There may be a mix of messages that are absolutely for you and that your guides want you to hear, and some messages that really need to be water off a duck's back today. What else? If at any point you start to feel called to get a more personal and specific private reading with me, I'll leave the links to do so above and below right now. You can either get a fast single question reading where I can clarify something that might be on your mind or that might come up during this reading, or you can get a very detailed reading about a specific person, part of your life. Yeah, something like super specific that we can go into a lot of depth and detail on. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so whatever you're looking for guidance on, if it's maybe something more broad that maybe can't be answered in a quick kind of email reading, then that is there for you as well. But now that all of the instructions, disclaimers, and plugs are out of the way, it's time to choose a pile. So heading to either pile 1, 2, or 3, and wherever you end up, I'll see you there in a moment. Hey there, pile 1, welcome to your reading. So if you chose this beautiful pink agate, I think, crystal, then this reading is probably for you, but take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and all the other disclaimers that we've already covered, hopefully by now. We're going to start with the general energy of this person, maybe some of their astrological placements. I'm using this astrology deck. Could we please have some of the general energies about this person that pile 1 is going to marry, please? Oops. Okay, that's a good one to start off with. Okay, so the cards really said first up, straight off, sexual chemistry. So we have the 5th house, which is more the kind of like love, passion, romance, dating kind of sexual energy, and the 8th house. This is more of that deep emotional intimacy that develops over time. So it does seem like there's possibility for a very well-rounded sex life with this person, first and foremost, especially a sex life that's maybe a bit adventurous, since Sagittarius came out, and Sagittarius is a very kind of open-minded, kind of curious energy when it comes to that. This person in general does seem to have very open-minded, high kind of sexual energy. They may like really think about the world very differently though, with this Mercury retrograde card coming out. And this may also indicate someone who's kind of constantly reflecting on their life, figuring out kind of what's not working, and then actually making an effort to change it. Like either through like communication or taking practical action to shift something that's not working. This person may be a bit career orientated, and so there might be like open-minded and adventurous, but really within the confines of like them also being a fairly practical person, where they're like probably wanting to set themselves up maybe financially, or like doing kind of soul work, like knowing that they're contributing to the world in a really positive way. So they might be like adventurous within some boundaries, within some confines. It seems like this is definitely a destined connection. You're going to marry a destined connection. You're not going to end up in more of just like a convenience relationship, it seems. However, because of the destined nature of this connection, it does look like this person's going to challenge you in some ways. They're probably going to rub up against you in some ways, especially if you have kind of any hang-ups to do with authority figures, travel, philosophy, faith, sexuality, pleasure, joy, creativity, potentially children as well, shared finances, assets, anything like that. Yeah, you guys might rub up against each other in a way that's quite challenging. But when the Grand Cross appears in a reading, it's usually indicating like challenge that's really hard to get through, but once you get through it, like you're so good, like you really understand the push and pull of all of these areas of life, and you're able to put things in a lot of balance usually. We also have a lot of 2s, so you have 2, 2, 2, a lot of 4s as well, 4, 4, 4. So 2s are angel numbers of usually divine counterpart, love, connection, all of those kind of energies. 4s are more security, stability, protection. So those are definitely energies that you might experience a lot in this connection. Yeah, this real sense of security and deep connection with someone, especially emotionally. Let's see if we can get some traits of theirs. Can we get some more traits and some physical traits too, please? We have more about pile 1's person. We are looking for messages for everyone here, so really tuning into your intuition right now to know which of these messages to take and which to leave. Okay, what was I saying? Straight away, Casanova. Okay, a lot of sexual energy. 5th house, 8th house, 5th house, 8th house, and Sagittarius. This is someone who's sexually experienced. Okay, so they may potentially have dark brown hair, maybe quite compassionate in nature as well, Hair might be quite short, or at least short when you meet them. Okay. A feature that you're going to notice is their dimples. Cute. They may be a little bit lanky. Okay, so some of y'all's person is going to be lanky, it seems. May have a bit of warrior energy, may have some neuroticisms. Those may be fairly small. They may have a real ability to be passive, maybe go with the flow, like really allow things. Maybe also a little bit passive aggressive at times. Thin eyebrows. Advocate. So this is usually someone who cares about other people, especially people who may not be able to speak for themselves. Loner. So this person might be a bit more introverted, might like their alone time. Angel. So we have compassionate angel. So this person like really cares about stuff. Yeah, conscientious. Like this person cares so much about stuff. That's maybe where some of the neuroticism or anxiety comes from. They're just a deeply caring person. For some of you, this person might have grey eyes or a greyish tone to their eyes or grey near their eyes. Yeah. Let's get some deeper messages from the tarot. Alright, so hang on. What deeper messages does pile 1 need to know about the person they're going to marry? What deeper messages does pile 1 need to know about the person they're going to marry, please? Oops. Okay. By the time you'll meet the person you're going to marry, this person will have let go of a lot of stuff around their ego, limiting beliefs, anything that like maybe they were really attached to as an identity that was like really holding them back. The Ten of Swords often indicates starting under a whole new paradigm, especially letting go things that are unhelpful when it comes to the sword suit. So things like mental processes, identity, ego beliefs, things like that, like things that are very of the conscious mind. And this is kind of like doubled in this tower card coming out. The Tower card is a little bit misunderstood. Oftentimes when it's upright, referring to a period of really letting go of the material, like letting go of attachment to the intellect, letting go of believing that every thought we have is true, like really allowing them to sail by like passing ships. I don't know if this artwork has it. In the original Rider-Waite artwork, only the man in the picture is like on fire as he falls from the tower. The woman in the picture is not. The woman is symbolic of the more, say, soul self, especially the subconscious mind, and the part of us that's connected more to the divine, whereas the conscious masculine mind is like a bit more in that kind of separation mindset. And so traditionally the tower really refers to like letting go of all of that. So I'd say this person's going to be like humble AF, especially because the Six of Wands came out in reverse, clarifying this Ten of Swords. The Six of Wands upright, it's like a big kind of it's this big like kind of bravado energy. The original Rider-Waite card has like a man riding into town on his like white steed, in like this very victorious, like I'm getting the recognition I deserve kind of energy. But this coming out in reverse is kind of saying this person's going to be humble AF, and yeah, they would have really been through it, so potentially that's why they're so compassionate, so angelic, and all of those other things that we've spoken about so far. We also have the Four of Swords. This is really a state of surrender. The Three Swords in the tarot represents the Three of Swords, which is also known as the Lord of Sorrow. And so it's really representing someone who's been through great either grief, depression, separation, someone who's been through a lot of hardship and sorrow. But you can see in this artwork, the fourth sword is like laid down, and that's symbolic of like essentially surrendering to what is, knowing that the greatest battles that you're going to face are essentially behind you, especially because now you have the wisdom of like how to get through that, to get through any more battles that might kind of arise. Like you're really understanding sorrow, really humbled by sorrow, really humbled by pain, essentially. And it seems like this person may have had some pain, some wounds, especially in the unconscious, that they might have had to kind of go on the path to discover. The Moon card, like, this really refers to being able to tame the subconscious, or at least bringing a lot of awareness to it, so that you kind of can use that subconscious energy that's like actually a really powerful manifester and really connected to kind of source, divine, all that sort of stuff. That's the energy where we get our sensation, our intuition, all of that. It does seem like this person is going to have at least started to master those energies, to like really not be in control of it. Like it's not like kind of gripping with force. It's like really allowing and bringing lots of conscious energy, lots of light to it, so that it's not kind of disrupting their life in a negative way. It does seem like even though this person's going to be like very detached from the material, they're going to have a lot of material, like possessions, maybe like just like I would say they're a very abundant person with this Ten of Pentacles. This is a very abundant energy. This is like all of your finances, all of your soul work, all of your family, like all of that sort of stuff, like really coming into fruition. But yeah, being clarified by the Tower, I would say that everything that has come into fruition, this person's like appreciating the soul behind it, not necessarily simply valuing the object for being an object, if that makes sense. Like they're really going to understand like the process of manifestation, or the energy that they put into potentially manifesting the life that they have, especially with you, especially if you guys plan to have a family. And so yeah, they're going to be like super appreciative of everything they have. and also probably like aware that it can all disappear in a minute, and not putting too much value onto it, like knowing that it, you know, essentially could be gone tomorrow. Okay, so there's also this part of this person that's like kind of done. The Three of Swords, this is like really about things, like everything kind of really lining up, having your ducks in a row, like really not feeling like you have to strive for anything or go out of your way to make things happen. I would say this person's probably like, will either be really solid in their employment, soul work, whatever it may be, like not really feel the need to reach or stretch for things really anymore. Especially not from a place of ego, like really just appreciating what is. And they might even be more focused on learning for the sake of fun rather than for the sake of like getting them somewhere. The Eight of Pentacles a lot of the time, right way up, refers to employment and education, kind of any pursuit that's kind of like bettering you as a person. But yeah, it does kind of come with this context of like kind of doing it to get somewhere. Whereas I feel like because it's clarified by this Three of Wands upright, which is a very like all is well, all is done, like I don't feel like I need to strive or achieve anything right now, that yeah, any work they do like that, it's really going to be coming from this place of like joy, fun, like exploration, rather than too much of a negative place. So yeah, when you meet this person, they're going to be so humble, kind of so chill, like they're going to really have their ducks in a row. There's a lot of security and stability there, and this might even be what you find very provoking in you. Like it seems like they've been through it, they've had to reinvent the wheel a million times for themselves. So yeah, it might be a good idea to like any of this stuff, if it's already triggering or like just making you question like where you're at, perhaps you're drawn to this reading to start to focus on those things for yourself, so that the two of you can become that energetic match and find each other. Potentially for some people, if that resonates, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. Yeah, potentially maybe it's just some of their like I'm kind of getting a bit more of like a almost melancholic vibe from this person. Like I'm not necessarily getting ray of sunshine exploding with energy, but just like a real deep person, real soulful person. Like yeah, I think they're gonna add a lot of value, just like maybe not the kind of value that we really value socially. Like in the world, a lot of the time we value very upbeat, kind of more sanguine energies. This person doesn't feel like that, but yeah, there's a lot of value for this person from this person, I would say. But we'll get some more details about the circumstances that might bring the two of you together using our oracles. What circumstances are going to bring these people together with their person, please? Can you please tell me what circumstances are going to bring these people together with their forever person? Okay, so potentially you taking time to yourself, you healing, you worrying about you, and you worrying about your own kind of expansion, ascension, and any obstacles that you might have to receiving love. When you're doing that, that seems like the time that this person is going to come in. So yeah, it seems like to prepare for this union, like you really need like just a bit of you time, like focus on you. Do anything that you want to do single before you get in a relationship. It does seem like this connection, there's going to be some mirroring, some provoking, some challenge. It's a destined connection. And so it's best not to go into this connection with any really raw and open wounds. So I would say that because you guys are kind of supposed to end up together, that you're not going to be brought together while any of your wounds are really aching, open, sore. They can be there, just not aggravated, not with sand in the wound, with a nice soothing, maybe like salt water or something, that's going to be very healing. It does seem like there's going to be some sort of element of risk when this connection comes into fruition. Potentially you won't know for sure how this person feels, and you might need to go out on a limb. Or you may just need to kind of like objectively break it down and be like, okay, so they did this, this, and this. Hang on, I think this might be that person. And you might need to make the first move potentially. Or you might meet anywhere near a casino, anywhere like where games of cards and chance are being played. So this could be like somewhere like local, like family game night or something like that. This is where you might meet this person. Do you have anything else about the circumstances that are going to bring these two together? Okay, so kind of, I feel like we've already alluded to this, but you might be going through a bit of a difficult kind of solo healing time before this connection comes into fruition. So you're really going to have a lot of faith in this connection, and I think you're also going to maybe be working on your own faith with higher powers as an individual before this connection kind of comes into play. I think there may be potentially some like deliberate obstacles that the two of you are supposed to overcome in separation in order to bring you together, to do with this faith, especially because this Sagittarius energy came out for them, and it's obvious they're going through like some stuff to get to where they need to be with you. Yeah, it seems like the both of you need to have a strong sense of faith before the universe will bring you together. Do we have anything else about what pile one needs to know about this connection coming into fruition? Okay, so we have balanced spirituality and practicality and look at the bigger picture. Yeah, so it does seem like this is going to be a rather grand, high order, highly orchestrated connection, that there's going to be a lot of like energies around the two of you, bringing the two of you together. But not everything that's bringing you together will necessarily be easy. Sometimes, like, yeah, we might be going through some challenges in order to get to where we need to go. There's this old like story of a man who I think wins the lottery, and everyone's like, oh, you're so lucky, and then he says maybe, and then the car that he buys with his lottery earnings, he crashes and like paralyzes himself from the waist down or something like that. And then everyone's like, oh my god, you're so unlucky, and he's like maybe. Then his country goes to war, but he's exempted because of his injuries, and everyone's like, oh my god, you're so lucky, and he says maybe. But you kind of get the idea of the story. Like, sometimes there's a bigger picture, there's things coming into play, you don't really know kind of what's going on until everything comes into fruition, until you have that wisdom of hindsight. So you're really going to have to balance spirituality and practicality to get through this. You're going to have faith, you're going to have look at the bigger picture, whatever challenges come up, just like be really practical, work through them as best you can, move forward as best you can, and yeah, trust that you're getting to where you need to go. But let's finish off with an affirmation for you to take away. That let's like have this the intention of what you need to bring you into union with this person. Okay, so I allow myself to rest and I reap the benefits of hard work. So obviously what spirit wants for you is like real balance of work and play. Yeah, this like time out, time for healing, like worrying about yourself, that seems like it's going to bring you a lot of rewards. So yeah, this timeout seems important right now for you to hear. But I think I might leave that here. I feel like that's enough to kind of take away for today. Thanks so much for making it all the way through the reading. I really appreciate it. If it was resonating, I would love if you could like this video, comment if you have the capacity to do so, and of course subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this on your feed in the future. If again this reading has inspired you to maybe learn more about tarot, learn more about maybe the deeper meanings, or the many different ways to interpret the cards, I do have an online tarot course launching at the end of the year that you can sign up for early in order to get a huge discount of 50% off the course, that I will leave more info for after this reading. So stay tuned if you want to know more about that. But yeah, until I'm reading for you again, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Ciao. Hey there, pile 2. If you chose this beautiful moss agate crystal, then this reading is probably for you. But as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't in this general reading. So we're asking for messages about the person you're going to marry today, and we're going to start with messages that are more general about this person's energy. Can we have some general energies for this person, for pile 2's person, please? Can we have some general energies about who pile 2 is going to marry, please? Some general energies, thank you. Okay, so the person you're going to marry is probably going to be a bit extroverted, a bit of a networker, probably very intelligent, probably has a really good like routine lifestyle, is also very maybe deep and soulful, and always kind of bettering themselves, always like striving for more essentially, especially like success, maybe fame. Yeah, this person's like really, I'm gonna work my way up, and kind of get it energy, but definitely not from a shallow place. We've got a lot of moon soulful energy behind this person. We have a fair bit of Aquarius, Virgo, Gemini, Leo energies. They're the main energies, and Cancer, sorry, as well. And we have a fair few twos as well. We have 222. So this person may be some sort of divine counterpart energy. A very common sign of twin flames in astrology charts is having the same moon sign. So if you meet someone with the same moon sign as you, and you're getting this kind of vibe, or you've already met them, there's a good chance that you're going to marry them. Yeah, it seems like this person, if they're maybe more feminine, they might be a little bit more of a like take charge, not gonna let any man do shit for them kind of energy. If this person's more masculine, they may have a real like feminist side, probably a real nurturing side within themselves that they want to release too. So they're probably gonna really want to balance roles in your relationship, like maybe take on equal gender roles potentially, and or at least do a good deal of the like parenting, maternal kind of traditional energies. So yes, while they're like climbing the ladder, like doing stuff, it does seem like they have this side that really wants to like invest in their family, invest in the people they spend a lot of time with, and yeah, like kind of take care of them in a different way as well. We might get some of their physical and other personality quirks using our little jar. So we're going to get messages hopefully for everyone here, so just really tuning into your intuition right now to take what resonates, leave what doesn't, who you're going to marry. Could we have more about who pile 2 is going to marry, please? You might marry someone with olive skin, someone who's, that's supposed to say career orientated, so someone who's like got a really solid career, like, and again like striving in their career, like wanting to succeed. Their nose might be a little bit crooked, or they might have recently injured it when you meet them. May have longer hair, maybe fairly adventurous. They might want to kind of live life to the fullest. You may notice that their eyebrows are very arched, or just like they have a really nice arch to their eyebrows. Face might be a little bit triangular or heart shaped. So usually this is someone with fairly pointed chin, fairly broad forehead or cheekbones. Visionary. So this person has a vision for their life and they go get it. Oops. Some of you, this person might have red hair, but others maybe not, or maybe they had recently dyed it red by the time you meet them. Okay. Innovative. So we've had visionary and innovative. They're definitely like, yeah. And we also have family orientated. So like I was saying before, we've got this like real balance of like wanting to balance out the gender roles in the relationship, where you're both like being breadwinners, but you're both also like nurturing the family that you might have, whether that's like real babies, fur babies. No, fur babies are real babies. Whatever that family looks like. networker. And again, got a lot of Aquarius energy, so this is someone who really likes their networks, likes their friendship groups, really chummy with their colleagues usually. Yeah. Okay, let's get some deeper messages about this person. Can you tell us some in-depth details about pile 2's person, please? Okay, so this person is someone with a lot of love to give, someone who's potentially really compassionate, really wants a lot of intimacy in their relationships, and probably is looking for someone who will give and receive love equally to them. They probably have goals to like build a family or just like have a really stable home life where they've got most of their needs provided for themselves and their family, and they essentially feel good. They're living a lifestyle that like really fills them up. This person like is probably a good parent energy. The King and Queen of Pentacles are like awesome parent energies to get, but they, yeah, just be mindful that this person might maybe be a little bit overly invested in the physical, especially when you meet them. They might be maybe avoiding a little bit of soul work. Initially, they might be a little bit too focused on kind of money, and like setting up this life that they want, that they might be like just missing a few things. Yeah, it seems like when you meet them, you'll kind of feel that the two of you are maybe trying to bring each other into balance. So we have this Hermit card in reverse. The Hermit upright is someone like really doing their work, especially doing their shadow work. Whereas the Six of Wands, this is kind of like very different energy. The traditional Rider-Waite illustration has like a knight riding in on his steed, so like someone really looking for recognition, victory, success. It's a Leo-ish energy, so it's someone who's maybe a bit more prideful, again with this kind of solar eclipse energy, like really wanting to improve, climb up the ladder, like kind of get to where they want to go, and also probably looking for a lot of recognition along the way. Yeah, so this person may have a bit of that to let go of in your connection. Yeah, they may just like need to like maybe surrender more to life, surrender more to the divine, trust that things are manifesting, maybe like not do it so much from kind of a place of force or control. The Four of Cups traditionally refers to usually a person who's so focused on the physical that they're maybe ignoring a little bit of like everything that's in the vibrational escrow, as like the Abraham Hicks law of attraction crowd might say, like things that are like definitely on their way to manifestation. They just like haven't quite arrived yet. And it can refer to someone who's like maybe missing the joy of like really putting energy into that manifestation as it arrives, or before it arrives, like really building that before it comes into fruition. So yeah, it seems like they yeah, maybe just like missing that a little bit when you meet them. They may be a little bit too physical focused, maybe too recognition focused. But yeah, I think they just need to like maybe like reassess, hit pause, start again. This Ace of Wands is a very like totally start again energy. The Wands starts off the minor arcana in most cases, if it's ordered the way it should be ordered. So yeah, it's kind of like going back to the drawing board when it comes out in reverse. Like yeah, like reassessing some stuff, starting again. It does seem like this person will get there though, because they love the like feely feel stuff, and that's very connected to things before they manifest, like really getting into the feeling of things before they manifest. So yeah, I would say throughout your relationship they might reorient themselves, maybe do more of this shadow work, find out why they're seeking so much recognition, and why they're not just enjoying the process of things as much. But yeah, I would say the two of you are going to get together maybe a bit earlier, this reading would suggest, and you're going to have to do a lot of work together, especially lots of soul work together. Like there's definitely an opportunity for you guys to collab, bounce off each other, and yeah, really work together on this sort of stuff. But we might get some messages about maybe the circumstances that will pull you guys together. Could you please have how these two will get together? Okay. Could you please have more about how these two will get together, please? Could you please tell us more about how everyone here will get together with their forever person, please? A lot more came out than I was expecting. But there's a good chance you're going to be friends with this person. Either it might be someone that you're already friends with, or someone that you're going to meet and kind of like maybe friend zone right away. So the two of you are going to kind of have to roll the dice with this friendship and be like, okay, we can stay friends or we can like do this. But yeah, I would say it kind of will build up. It looks like it's going to be like kind of like, oh, I think I like you. Oh, like actually, let's get together. Let's open our hearts to this thing. Let's go on a date. Potentially, this might happen when one or both of you are dating other people. I'm sensing maybe some jealousy that may kind of like force the two of you to like maybe reassess where the relationship is going and how you actually feel about each other. Yeah, it looks like there's gonna probably be a third party person that's going to kind of like force both of your hands in a way, and kind of get you guys together. Yeah, I think the two of you will realize that you're a much better fit for each other than potentially who both or one of you is dating at the time. Potentially whoever one of you ends up with before you guys get together might be a bit destructive, or just like not a good energy. Potentially if it's your person that's with someone else before the two of you get together, they might be really encouraging some of these more, not negative traits, but some of the challenges that this person currently has in their life around being maybe a little bit too materially focused. That person might not be helping. Yeah, so there might be this little period where you guys are going to have to like really work on maintaining your connection. It might get a little bit messy. You might have to like kind of have each other's back through the mess a little bit. But yeah, try and be as loving as possible for anyone who's involved in this situation and also yourselves, and just kind of like let things slowly come together. It doesn't need to happen all at once. You guys can just like play it by ear, like just see how things are going, check in with how you're feeling, how they're feeling, stuff like that. Can we please have an affirmation that's going to help everyone in pile 2 connect with their forever person, please? So I am filled with creative energy and I'm ready to manifest. This to me feels like you're a really good balance for this person in terms of this kind of struggle that they'll have been going through before they meet you. It seems like maybe you're a bit more creative, a bit more into manifesting, a bit more into like maybe the feeling of things than they are. Maybe at least a little bit less attached to that kind of like more victory recognition energy. So yeah, it seems like you might end up be the person that's more manifesting this connection, maybe pulling this person in, especially towards like when you guys actually get together. But I think I'm going to leave that here. That feels like enough to kind of take away for now. If you made it all the way through this reading, thank you so much. Thank you for supporting me. I would love if you can like if the reading resonated, comment if you have the capacity to do so, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this on your page. If this video has in any way inspired you to learn more about tarot, to read tarot in different contexts and understand how it like connects to many different meanings and things like that, I am launching an online tarot course at the end of the year that you can sign up for early to receive a 50% off pre-sale discount. It's going to be, the pre-sale discounts are going to be the only discounts on the course, so if you do want to access that for super cheap, now is the best time to sign up. What else? If you want to know more information about that course, I will leave a clip after this reading about like all the information that you need to know. But yeah, I think that's everything I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for sitting down for a reading with me. It's been a pleasure reading for you. Until I see you again. Ciao. Hey there, pile 3. Welcome to your very ambient reading for today. So if you chose this beautiful eye light crystal, then this reading is probably for you. Just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Let's start with clarifying the general energies of the person you're going to marry. That was very quick. We have the general energies of pile 3's person, please. We have the general. Okay, so there's a good chance you're going to marry someone who you were with in a past life, someone who you maybe have a little bit of karma still left with that you guys need to work out in this lifetime. Probably someone who's very like truthful, stable, grounded, honorable, potentially rich, or has the capacity to earn a lot of money. Someone who's very set up in terms of 10th house, worldly things. This person's probably going to be very mature as well. Definitely like kind of daddy energy. Maybe there's going to be a little bit of power play in your like sexual and romantic connection. I would say there's a very good chance of it. And yeah, you might meet around either one of your Saturn returns, or yeah, there may just be a very Saturnian karma working out energy to do with your marriage. That said, it does seem like this is very much a soul contracted thing. Aquarius rules stuff like soul contracts that we have with people, and Jupiter usually indicates areas where there's a lot of potential for expansion, learning, growing, developing as a person. Yeah, like I wouldn't say this is necessarily easy. This person might be maybe a little bit more, I'm feeling stern, but just like they may not be the easiest energy to deal with, but like I would say that there's a lot of loyalty, security. Like when you do lock them down, like I don't think you're going to really be worried about too much, especially not to do with any of that, and especially not to do with finances. Yeah, this seems like a pretty safe bet to lock down. But we'll get some more details about them using our little jar. So we'll find out maybe what they look like and some more about their personality. Can we have more about pile 3's person that they're going to marry, please? Okay, so this person might have lighter brown hair. They may have hooded eyes. May have slightly fairer skin or fairer skin than you. They may have like this real angelic like sweetness of like really wanting to do what's truthful, honorable, kind of the right thing energy. This person may have green eyes, maybe a little bit more stocky, in build. This person may not want to rock the boat too much. They may be agreeable and kind of want to see everyone happy. That said, they probably have a very critical element of themselves, like just maybe either a little bit pessimistic, like not sure if things are going to work out, or just like maybe a little bit defensive, even just like really trying to see the bad things kind of coming. Funny, twice as funny, I would say, since it came all the way back. Advocate, yeah, this person cares about doing the right thing by others as much as themselves. Maybe that's why they're very agreeable. Like they definitely want others to feel like their needs are being taken into account. Energetic, so might like to work out and stuff a lot. Their eyebrows may be very sculpted. That's supposed to say sculpted eyebrows. So they definitely like taking care of that part of their body. Visionary, so yeah, they probably see this vision of their life and they're just like constantly working towards it. And seeker, so this could be someone seeking truth, seeking honor, seeking, you know, fame, something like that. They're looking for something, maybe a higher truth even. That might even be this like Jupiter Sagittarius kind of energy. BT dubs, the main signs here are Capricorn, Pisces, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Aries, and Leo. But yeah, we'll get a bit more. What deeper messages do you have about who pile? Three is going to marry, please. Okay, so there's a good chance this person grew up in some sort of like scarcity and as a result maybe has a bit more of a lack mindset, maybe grew up in some sort of like more poverty sort of situation. That when you guys get together, I feel like they're gonna have let go of a lot of their limiting beliefs around money, and that's potentially what's going to be the gateway for a lot of finances to find them. I don't think they're going to work a traditional job. I think they're maybe going to have a role where they're more like either a public speaker, a motivator, a teacher, like something where they're maybe more in the public eye, maybe doing more public service in some regard. And potentially that's going to create a funnel for better abundance. So kind of like all their struggles are going to be kind of sorting themselves out in a way that's going to end up really beneficial for them. We had a lot of Saturnian energy come out. So this is someone who's been kind of denied and delayed a lot in their life, but eventually experiences all of these really secure, stable blessings that they can really count on. Like they're going to have some sort of like great stability when it comes to attracting all of this positive energy. They will have really worked for it. They'll really understand these energies. They'll understand how to keep their life in order. And I would say they're not going to be jerked around by life circumstances by the time you guys get together. I would say that for this person, you're potentially going to bring them this real like kind of radiance, maybe a deeper sense of abundance. Like you might be a magnet for that for them. Yeah, I see you as being like this real light in their life. I think they might be like have this tendency to be overly stern, overly doing. Maybe they're not as much into embracing like creativity, flow, maybe not so much into spirituality as much as you are. Definitely not. Like they're kind of giving a vibe of like kind of much more of a practical, down to earth person, which is nice, and I think it'll offer you a lot of security and stability, but I think you'll have a lot to offer them in terms of actually enriching that life. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles, these are the three graces, and they bring things like abundance, fertility, like nurturing, allowing things to bloom, like cheer, brightening up someone else's life especially, and joy. The Emperor, this is like a heavy solitude energy, so they might not have been in too many relationships before you. They might not really know how to be with other people. It might be a bit of an adjustment for them, but I think your kind of like light and your grace will make it kind of as easy as possible for this person to like really adjust. You may find for them to try and keep up with you, they're going to have to get more in touch with more of their spiritual side, just even for the sake of like maybe understanding you a bit more. They may need to start a better meditation practice, start a better connection to their soul, to their subconscious energies, to like their higher self. All of this kind of real High Priestess and Hanged One energy they're going to have to like really work on. I think they should end up doing okay with that. The Hierophant, this kind of energy, is someone who's like really doing the work. It's associated with like being more of a guide or a prophet for others. I think it'll start out for them as being more of a guide in terms of like overcoming the hardships that they've overcome. But as they connect with you, they might take it into a more spiritual sense. Because yeah, it seems like you're going to essentially enliven them in a lot of ways. But we might get some oracles about the circumstances that are going to bring the two of you together. Okay, can we please have the circumstances that are going to bring pile 3 together with their person, please? We have what circumstances are going to bring these guys together. Okay, so we have butterfly, heart with a key, and clock. So this butterfly is healing the inner child, growth. This clock is also a lot to do with taking time, healing, and experiencing life in cycles. So it seems like the two of you potentially will be doing some inner child healing when the two of you meet, and that's when you will get together. I would say a lot of what this person will be healing will be like this kind of like poverty, lack mindset, or that will be their most recent kind of phase of healing, and potentially they might be starting like this new chapter of maybe opening themselves up a bit more spiritually and emotionally when you guys connect. But yeah, it looks like the two of you will be kind of like doing your own healing. I would say that this connection might not start off super easily. Like you might need to work together and maybe work a little bit harder in the beginning. Yeah, it's gonna maybe take a bit more willpower of maybe like staying together, working through it initially, especially just kind of with the energy of this person. Yes, they're gonna be like super secure and stable, But yeah, it might just take them a little while to kind of adjust to being in a connection with someone who's definitely challenging for them in a good way, but yeah, will definitely challenge them. Yeah. When you guys meet, you'll both have to release a lot of your past, especially if you guys are caught in any difficult cycles. Either this person with their like finances, or like single life, bachelor kind of vibes, you know, or whatever it is you need to release. I think there's going to be releasing on both sides, and I would say as the two of you kind of like let go of the past, embrace this new beginning, you'll be able to kind of work out how to be together in more of a heart way instead of more of a like solar plexus willpower way. Can we have a final affirmation for pile 3 to end our reading today, please? Can we have a final affirmation for pile 3, please? Okay, so we have, my heart is filled with eternal gratitude. I count my blessing and give thanks for all that I have. Yeah, so it seems like in order to bring in this new connection, you guys will really need to be like doing your own work, doing your own healing, and like just getting your own personal life in a good place that you feel really happy with, grateful for, and that energy is like available for you to practice and access right now. So like really doubling down on your gratitude practice is probably a really good idea. The timer on my phone just said 333. As I was looking at it, I almost never look at it. So yeah, if that means something to you, yeah, take that little confirmation. It was at 555. I'm seeing 555. So this is kind of change, upheavals. So yeah, if that happens, know that it's all happening for a reason. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave that here. I feel like that's enough to take away for today. Thanks so much for making it all the way through the reading. I really appreciate it. If it was resonating, I would love if you could like and leave a comment if you have the capacity to do so. If you would like to stick around for more readings like this on this channel, you can always hit that subscribe button. And if today's video has inspired you in any way to learn more about the tarot, to be able to read for others or read for yourself in much deeper ways, I am launching an online tarot course at the end of the year that you can sign up for now to receive a huge 50% off discount, which is a pre-sale only price, and it will be the only discounts available for this course. So yeah, that's there for you as an option as well. If you want to know more about that, I will leave a little clip after this reading where I'll go over like all of the main details you need to know about the course, and all the things you can expect from it. But yeah, for now, I think that is all I have to add. So until I see you again, ciao.